guys, I'm going to give this a shot this time, and we're getting ready to go out to dinner, so I'm going to try and record it on my phone and then upload it later tonight. I do have a camera, I lost the charger, but hopefully I will get my life together soon and make better content. So anyway, I'm going to get started by doing my eyebrows, and I am using the Dior Show Brow Styler in Universal. Oh. Although I have no problem doing any of my clients' eyebrows, doing my own has always been a struggle. Doing your own makeup is completely different than doing makeup on someone else. You're used to your face, you've practiced on it for years, so it's a much different situation. And typically you would think, well, then you should be able to do your eyebrows, your personal eyebrows, better than other people's. With eyebrows, it's a little bit different. When I do my clients' eyebrows, I typically have them actually lean back so that I can draw the hair-like strokes on much easier than when I'm trying to do it on myself. I can't like lean back and do it. So, and I have super uneven eyebrows. They're quite a bit different in height, and I've also way overplucked them. So I just do my best with them, and that is all I can do. So we have to leave here in about an hour and 20 minutes. That is why I didn't go live. And I also wanted to try and start to learn to do these videos, you know, better and not go live all the time. Although I absolutely love interacting with you guys, it just takes so much longer when I'm doing it that way. So I think that I would rather do live streams with like giveaways, maybe unboxings, and definitely like Q&As when Alex joins me and stuff like that, and then stick the tutorials to doing them with my camera and uploading them and trying to edit them the best I can. Now, this is not going to be any kind of a great quality editing, that I can guarantee you, and I'm sure that shocks none of you. But at least I will be able to cut them down, and then they'll be much easier to watch since they'll be so much shorter. You'll be able to find whatever it is that you're looking for, and I'll be able to keep it more specific. So anyway, as you can see, this eyebrow is so much higher, and it has a much better shape than this one does. So I try to correct this one the best that I can, but I often find that the more you do, my husband always says the enemy of good is better, and he is absolutely right. The more that I try to fix it, the more I jack it up. It's just like doing wing liner. When I do my wing liner, it's a one-shot thing, because if I sit there and continue to try and make them perfect, before I know it, I'm gonna have wings that are like to my hairline. So on myself, my makeup is much different than what I do on my clients. I'm going to use some of the Benefit Gimme Brow, and I'm using it in number 2 to set my brows and add a little bit of fibers to it. The Benefit Gimme Brow has little itty bitty teeny tiny fibers in there that gives you a little bit of a more full look to your eyebrows, but it also sets them in place. Now, I will still go in after I'm finished with my complexion and set them with Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel, because that stuff is the best to really hold your brows in place. It's almost like super glue for your brows, and I have extremely coarse hair, so for me, that is the best product to use. So now that I've got those as good as they're gonna get for me, and I'm happy with that, I'm going to go on to priming my eyes. And I'm going to do a pretty simple look today with my eyes. Since, as you can see, I have got one eye completed. I do have my complexion on. For my moisturizer, I use the Tatcha water gel for my moisturizer. And for my primer, I use the Tatcha Silk Canvas for my primer. For my foundation, I use the Clinique Beyond Perfecting. And for my setting powder, I used the new Hourglass, I think it's like Mineral Veil. It's translucent setting powder. Veil is what it's called. And it's by Hourglass, and I absolutely love this. I can't say enough good things about it. It's great. So I'm going to go ahead. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this other eye. I am actually using the new Urban Decay Born to Run palette. It is fantastic. I'm only using a couple shades out of it right now because I'm doing a pretty simple look. I did prime my eyes with my MAC paint pot in Painterly. I used my Lilash on my eyelashes to make them grow. And I set it with just a flush tone setting powder. Once I put the Painterly paint pot on my eye. And now quickly I am going to go ahead and I'm going to take Breakaway, which is this one right here. And I am going to take that right under my brow bone. I always like to highlight my brow bone first because I feel like once I do that and then I start doing my other colors, it'll blend it away a little bit. And that way you don't get that kind of super like runway highlight right there. And I'm not particularly fond of that. I know some people enjoy that, and that's fine. I personally do not. So I am going to take my Wayne Goss number 16 brush. Excuse me. And I am going to dip into first Weekender. And I am just going to put that all over and pretty far up. And I have placed the Hourglass powder right here underneath so that if I have any fallout, I'm able to quickly sweep that away. And now I am going to take the same Wayne Goss brush and I'm going to dip it in Riff. And Riff is a very pretty camel color. Right there. And I'm going to make that my transition color. And these blend very easily. I've had no problem. Like I said, I did the other eye already. I had absolutely no problem with the blending. And I'm bringing this from inner to outer corner. The pigmentation is nice, but it's not so much that you feel like you can't, if you put a little bit on there, you're going to be totally messed up. And I enjoy that, actually. I like the ability to be able to blend it up on my own, which is what I'm doing here. So I would much rather do that than have it be so pigmented that it's really hard to blend out. This, as you can see, blended with no problem whatsoever. Okay, next I am going to go in with my Wayne Goss number... What number are you? 19. And I'm actually going to be using a single shadow from Makeup Geek called Dirty Martini. And I'm going to just dip into that, tap a little bit of that off, and I am going to put that right into my crease. And bringing it all the way into the inner corner as well. And out to the outer corner. and I'm taking it up pretty high because I have hooded eyes. I like to bring it up very high. That way it will be able to be seen when my eyes open. Okay, I'm going to set that to the side right now, and I'm probably going to come back to it. But right now we're going to move on to a color called Wanderlust, which is right here in the corner. It is a beautiful green, and I am going to take my flat synthetic brush, and this is, I believe, what is this? This is a Color Pop. I'm going to spray it with a little bit of my Morphe setting spray to get it wet. And then I'm going to dip into Wanderlust. Okay, so I am going to dip that into Wanderlust. And I am going to put that all over my lid and pretty close to the inner corner, but not quite all the way. Grab a little bit more of my setting spray. Can't quite get this to be at the right. Oh well, it's good enough for now. Okay, so I'm gonna use a little bit more of my Morphe setting spray. Give that a little hit. And dip that back into Wanderlust. And go ahead and put that back on there. Like I said, taking it up just a little bit higher because of my hooded eyes. And bringing it out and up just a little bit like I did on this side. And there's not a lot of fallout from this palette, which is great. Not a lot of kick up, even when you're using the matte shades. So I have to say that this is probably one of my favorite Urban Decay palettes that I've used in a really long time. Definitely worth the money. And I'm enjoying it. I'm looking forward to doing a lot more looks with it. Okay, so I've got that brought out to the outside there. Now I'm going to take the brush that I just used, my Wayne Goss number 19. I'm going to dip right back into Dirty Martini, just a smidge. Tap off the excess. And I'm just going to go right over the top, just to blend that out, so that we don't have any harsh edges there. And that it blends more smoothly, like that one, into that camel color, which is called Riff. And then just one more time back into the Wanderlust. I'm just going to hit this now more on the outer 3/4 of my eye. And then I am going to take that same Color Pop brush, but I'm just going to wipe it off, and I'm going to spray it with a little bit of my Morphe. And now I'm going to grab a Jester from Makeup Geek, and I'm going to take that and actually put it right on the inner corner here. And then just kind of tap it to blend it into that Wanderlust. Oops. Okay. Looks pretty even. Put just a little bit more on the inner corner. Good. And then with that, my original Wayne Goss number 16, I'm just going to kind of tap off what's left on there, and I'm just going to take it right above with that camel color that was called Riff, I believe. Yes. And just go right over the top of where I put Makeup Geek's Dirty Martini. Good. I like that. I think that looks good. All right, very good. Actually, one thing that I do see is I want to take this Dirty Martini right on the outer corner here and deepen that up just a little bit and bring it out just a little bit more. Now, I love Makeup Geek shadows. They have great pigmentation. I use them a lot in my freelance kit. But as you can see, I definitely... Come on, focus. Focus. There we go. So, as you can see, there's definitely quite a bit of fallout with that, which I don't mind it because it has great pigmentation, but it's just something for you to keep in mind. Makeup Geek are very affordable shadows, and they're a very, very nice quality shadow as well. Alright, so a little bit more right there on that outer corner, and then up and around. And that is on a Morphe E36, which is a great, great brush for anybody with hooded eyes. Because as you can see, it is super, super tiny, and you can get really, really precise. All right, now I am going to grab my powder brush and kick this off, and hopefully, yep, it came right off, so that is a good thing. All right. Now that we have that finished, I am going to grab my brown, where's my brown eyeliner? And this is Makeup Forever Aqua XL, and it is in the number M60. And I had already tightlined, so I'm just going to take my brush here, and I am just going to quickly do my waterline. Now, I do like these eyeliners, but I will say that the Marc Jacobs are my absolute favorite. They go on better, they stay on better. I just couldn't find it today, so that is why I'm using this. But they are pretty, and they have great pigment. I just really, really liked the Marc Jacobs ones. Okay, so now that I've got that on there, I'm going to take my flat edge. Where's it at? There we go. This is a Morphe M432. And I am going to dip that into Dirty Martini. And just put that right up under that lash line. And meet it up on the outer corner. Good, I like that. All right, moving right along. Gonna just put a little bit of the rest of that powder that I had sitting on my face. I'm just gonna go ahead and move that around and set everything else while I go ahead and grab the rest of my powders. going to do my contour. I am using the Kevin Aquan, and it is in the color medium. And I'm just going to hit right underneath. So right at the top of your ear. And you don't want to come any further than about right here. Otherwise, you're going to look like you have a beard. And that is not a good look. So anytime you're doing the contour on your cheek, you always want to blend up like I just did there. Okay. And then I'm going to do a little bit underneath my jawline here. And when you're doing that, of course, you're going to blend down. But under my lip. Put a shadow there. Automatically makes that bottom lip appear larger. Now that I have done that, I want to do my bronzer. I'm going to be using the Marc Jacobs Tantastic. And I am going to use my Marc Jacobs brush to apply it. So I'm just going to lightly tap that in there. And since it's nighttime, and we're going to be at an indoor restaurant, I'm not going to do a whole lot of bronzing. So just a little bit on the cheeks. And the nice thing about this is that it's also going to help to blend out that contour. And then just don't forget your ears, up around your forehead. Perfect. So I'm finished with that. Now I want to grab, for my inner corner highlight that I have right here, I'm actually using the Kat Von D Alchemist. And I am going to use the color Sapphire, and I am using a Sigma shader lid brush for that. I already have it wet, so I'm going to dip that into, oh, I'm sorry, I'm using Emerald. I know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to take that and put it right here on the inner corner, and then just barely tap that into Jester just to blend it. It's a really, really pretty palette. And I like it a lot. You can use it for so many different things. You can use it to really change the color of any lipstick that you put on, any shadow that you put on. There are 4 colors in there, but they are so incredibly versatile. Highly, highly recommend this palette. Okay. So that is what we have so far. Definitely going to have to get better at learning, where to look at the camera and the position and all that. But, oh well, it's still my first try, and at least I am making an effort to get better each time. Oh, I forgot to tell you that I did use my Tarte Shape Tape for my under eye concealer and to do my highlighting right there. I actually ordered the new Too Faced. And that should be here soon. I'm very excited about that. Everyone is saying that it is actually better than Shape Tape, which would be perfect for me because I think Shape Tape is amazing and it would be hard for me to ever stop buying it, but it is so expensive and the Too Faced is less expensive. So if it really does work as good or better as what I'm hearing the other influencers say, then that will make me very happy because that would make the refill on my kits much less expensive. Okay. This is the Benefit 3D Brows, and it is also in number 2. All right, so I am finished with my eyes. I'm going to go ahead and grab my mascara. and finish up my mascara, and I'm going to go ahead and throw on some blush and finish up my complexion, and then I will be right back to show you guys the finished look before I head out. See you in a minute. Okay, I am all finished. I went ahead and finished up with my Anastasia Amorese highlight. I set everything with, like I showed you before, my Morphe setting spray. I used the NARS lipstick in Barbara and topped it with Buxom's White Russian. And I believe that was everything else that I did. Oh, the blush that I used was MAC's, what's her name? Mariah Carey. And that's everything. Yeah, you guys saw the rest. So this is the finished look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this new style. Bear with me. I will try and get better at this. But this is what I have for today, so I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Have a wonderful night. Remember, there are no disabilities, only different abilities. Take care. Love you all. Bye.